regardless of the conversation that's needed, including tough conversations, those conversations will be had by that team because they value what communication brings to the team and what it brings to building a highly productive, highly engaged, high performing team. So not only does this allow your team to be productive, but it enables them to feel valued. And, you know, we can look at some of the research around what it is or what companies look for when they're talking about highly engaged organizations. And we know that before COVID-19, probably 30% of the workforce was engaged, which meant that 70% of the workforce wasn't engaged. And so there was a great deal of opportunity for increased engagement, which leads to increased productivity. What I'm going to do next is go to some of the core values that enables the development of a high-performing team. That high-performing team has to be built on what it values as an organization. That definitely has to be a part of all of that and what the team goals are. So I would like to ask this question of you. I would like to ask you to give me a list of 5 core values that you think stand out in making a high performance team. Say, Daniel. Or maybe. Yes, Daniel.
Hello. Hi.
How
Hi, everyone.
You?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry. Hi, Terence.
How are you?
I'm very fine. My English is not perfect. I'm trying to understand better I can. I have the task to speak English perfect, so I try to learn better I can.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand everything you're saying.
Yes.
If you're working in a team, what are one of the core values for a high performing team?
Well, you said one is the communication. Always we are one, not I am the one and all the rest are below me. We are one, and always go ahead. Always going ahead where you working on.
Just check this in.
Well, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for that. What about Princess Ethan? What would you think would be a core value of a high-performing team?
Hi, I think there's a few of us on here using Princess's account today.
Okay.
But I'll be the first princess to answer. And I would say integrity and honesty. Yes, yeah, that would be. I think that would be one of the biggest core values for a team.
Dr. Eno?
You asking me?
Yes.
I would be betting on 2 things. First one is metrics, why we created the team, and so what kind of a result we expect. Because metrics define the quality level which we aim to get consistently, and it would be reflecting our result. And everyone in the team must be involved. The thing is, if you talk about 30% engagement, this is an American ratio. In general, in the world, on average, it's only 15%. I had a chat with Gary Rich recently. He's got more than 90% engagement in his
Yes.
team. So
Mhm.
it's unique. Or I've been talking with Mark. He was there yesterday listening to us. His company's got almost 95% engagement. iVenture Solutions. Brilliant. So the people, if they don't understand the final metrics, what they're achieving, they don't know what they do. And this is a really value because they're working, the team is created to bring a value for others. And this is critical for people to understand. And so how they're synchronized in what they do to achieve that metrics, the final metrics. And then we, of course, would be people different in the team.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yes.
And
That's
here
extremely
comes a
important.
matter of diversity in a team in a good mixture of composition of talents, qualities. It would be great. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's extremely important. Metrics around a team, establishing, what it is you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. The second key to really establishing a very highly productive and high performing team is to establish a baseline of trust. And those definitions of what it is to be a high performing team, what you're seeking to achieve on a day-to-day basis, and establishing those metrics help to set that level of trust. A team cannot succeed, let alone operate, without trust. So you must establish a baseline that allows a team to feel safe. By doing so, what you're really doing, you see your employees freely discuss ideas, share concerns without fear of judgment, and they don't forget that it's the leader's job to create that safe space. So the leader's job is to create a safe space in which the team can openly communicate and create that trust. Mistakes are going to happen. It's just a part of the learning curve in any environment. And that trust allows for those mistakes to happen, especially in today's time when we talk a lot about creativity and innovation. You can't have creativity and innovation without trust, because a part of the process of creativity and innovation are mistakes. As you seek to create new services or repurpose products, that innovation, it may take 20 or 15 times before there's a product or a service that is developed that you can actually take to your customer base. So trust is extremely important. And I've heard someone say that we are not who we think we are the perceptions of others. And so trust gives that foundation. And then as a leader, you need to provide an environment where your team members can safely, again, share creative ideas. The third key to building a highly productive team is continually supporting and nurturing the team. These are not one and done, meaning that you don't do it one time and they feel support or they feel nurtured. It has to be done continuously throughout the career of employees. And in order to attain and to maintain a very highly productive performing team, you have to support and nurture them. Because collaboration is really the backbone to any strategy. And what you should build a strategy and build a strategy around and build your culture around should be nurturing and supporting a team. You want to be able to promote, encourage, and model the support, the simple, continuous learning, as they like to call it, lifelong learning, right? Team building is highly effective as you begin to sit around the table or go out to these obstacle courses and understand how you work together, how people react to certain situations. It enables insight. It enables empathy. It also enables some sympathy. So team building exercises are extremely important. One of the subtopics of those three is your team wants to feel appreciated. You know, too often, you know, when we're talking about working with people, too often in today's work environment, people are not appreciated as they should be. But in order for them to be a highly effective team, they have to be. You know, as a leader, as a manager, you have to try to connect with everyone. You know, you want to work with those as often as possible and take the effort to learn about who they are as individuals, not just employees. What's important to them, not only at work, but what's important to them outside of work. What's important to them around their family, around whatever hobbies they may have. They want you to be invested in them and they want to feel appreciated. So you have to learn to appreciate everything that they are doing for you and give notice to it. They want to feel respected. And that goes along with being appreciated. Another subtopic is what you really want to do is for a high performing team is you want to be able to teach them to be superstars. So what do I mean by that? Let me give you a little passage here. Only 10% of the population has the learning mindset that seek out and enjoy learning. See, the other 90% will not look to improve their skills unless they have to as a part of a job requirement. But when you treat them like superstars, it encourages them to want to learn. It helps them to build the skills and the self-confidence, and they have the ability to make those educated decisions that really benefit, you know, the business. And so you want them to be superstars and feel important, because if you're building a team of superstars who are empathetic and compassionate, then you're going to build a high performing team. You want to offer rewards when you're building a high performance team. And the rewards doesn't necessarily have to be monetary awards. In a lot of cases, I know in some studies in the US, they've shown where money isn't the ultimate reward for employees. Often it is the appreciation. It is being able for their peers to be able to see that they're amongst the top performers in the organization. And so those types of incentives help to drive high productive teams. They help to drive the desire to be a superstar, because oftentimes superstars, they just need a little guidance, but they have a great deal of desire to achieve. They have a great deal of desire to explore. And as we talk about creativity and innovation, that's the type of mindset that you want. Someone who goes ahead with initiative, right? Who knows that they want to get the task done, but they also anticipate anticipate not only the needs of the company, but the needs of the organization. And when you have mindsets such as that within a team, then you're really building a high performance team. One of the critical aspects of building a high performance team is also in the hiring process. Hiring those who can demonstrate a past background of being productive and being a high performer within another organization and another team setting. And so you want to bring those superstars into the organization and onto your team to be highly productive, because what they're going to do is set the bar higher for everyone else around them. And each time the bar is set, the bar of performance is set a little higher, what happens is the team becomes more productive, because they'll find ways to be productive, whether it's through process improvement, whether it's through communication, whether it's through collaboration, they find ways to do things better each and every time. So as I give thought to other areas around building a high performance team, you know, because you have superstars, one of the areas you have to be good in as a manager or a leader is conflict resolution. Because as Dr. Eno indicated earlier, you're going to have those disagreements because you have highly intelligent, highly productive, high performing people who understand the mission, but sometimes they want to get there a little different. And so that open communication will help in that resolution of whatever conflicts that may arise on high performing teams, you know, those superstars, if you will. You know, and with that, that is pretty much the end of, you know, that piece on building a high performance team. And what I will do is reiterate or restate to you 3 key areas around building a highly productive, high performing team. And they are to encourage open communication, establish a baseline of trust, continually support and nurture the team. And you do that once you've defined what productive team is and a high performing team is, and you've established those metrics, because a high performing team is really a system. And every system generates the results that that system is built to generate. And as long as we can understand that, we'll know that we're getting the result that we're actually building. So in order to build a highly productive, highly performing team, you must have the right people in the right seats who understand the mission and understand that it is about the mission and not necessarily about them as individuals. I'm willing to take any questions you may have.
Thank you, Dr. Terence. That's our first session. We're going to allow people to ask questions now. So if you have any questions you want to ask, just signify, and then we'll mute your sound so you can ask the question. So please, if you have any question. Okay. Any question? Okay.
May I ask?
Yes, please go on.
Dr. Terence, in your view, how important to consider a personal transformation if you become a member of a team?
That's an excellent question. Thanks for that. Personal transformation, and let me give you an analogy of how I first see transformation, because a lot of times what happens is people have the tendency to use the word change and transformation synonymously, and they're different. Change can be reversed, meaning I can decide that I'm going to go on this exercise kick and I'm going to lose some weight. But if I don't change my diet, I regain the weight. So that's change. So it's been reversed. I lost the weight, I regained it. Transformation is the caterpillar to the butterfly. It never becomes a caterpillar again. And so in order for the weight